welcome back to the Local, ladies and gentlemen. Today in the building with us is Ben Bamford again. Thank you, Ben, for being here.
Thanks for having me again, Jake.
Absolutely. What's going on, Ben?
Oh, nothing, man. We're just in here, just doing another show, just impromptu, kind of what's happening, you know. But yeah, this is really cool, man. I really appreciate everybody that watched the last episode. It was cool. And everybody who continues to watch all the other ones. You know, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who are on our side and watching it. So it's really neat. Really appreciate you guys.
If you guys are not watching, you should be.
Yeah. It's only going to get better from here. Trust us.
Absolutely. We have our occasional mess ups, but you know, we all do. Yeah. Anywho, and I brought my boxing friend today with me, and he brought what is that?
This is my Rasta alien. You see?
An alien.
An alien Rasta octopus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my sister-in-law makes these.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Shay makes and Shay bakes on Instagram and Facebook. Cheyenne is my sister-in-law, and she made this custom for me. I asked her to make this for me. Nice. And I don't have a name yet. I want to say Reggie, but I don't.
I like Reggie,
but I'm not 100% sure. But that's my little guy. He helps me make my reels and make my shirts and all that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, so for anybody that thinks aliens aren't real,
Reggie.
Absolutely. So we were at the fight Saturday night.
Yep, we were. You were watching. I was working.
Yeah.
You know.
He's way better than I am. I sat there. I watched. I definitely had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yes, it was. All the fighters from the local gym here did an amazing job. Is that five or six? Five of them. Yep.
Wow. We had 4 victories.
Yep. Unfortunately, we had one loss, but he had a lot of heart, man, and a lot of guts, and he took it really well, and he said he's going to come back and do it again. So
absolutely, he said his weight cut starts Monday, I believe.
Oh yep,
he's cutting an additional 10 or 15 pounds.
Yeah, lined up for another one.
Oh yeah, he can't fight for 60 days, but then after that he's fighting. Yep. Really excited.
Yep.
Oh, it was a fun show as we had promised. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know how many of you guys were there. You should have been if you weren't.
Yep.
You know, I am disappointed in each and every one of you guys that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there were no deaths to where you couldn't be, you know, but anyway, look at my new shirt. Can you look at it? I think it's pretty cool. Ben made it for me.
Yep, I made it and kind of designed it a little bit. It says the Local Podcast, established 2023, Millersburg, Ohio, all that stuff.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be a model.
That's right. You could be if you wanted to.
I need to grow my beard out.
Yeah.
I'm back. I looked at my double chin in the last podcast. Like, that's not a good look.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the best look. You know, the beard, same thing with me. The beard hides my ugly face.
Yeah, and I sincerely thought I had a cute face.
Yeah, you always do when you shave it, and then it just...
It's disappointing.
It is.
Plus, it has like the white lines.
Yeah.
It's never good. When I was young and in shape, I had a nice face.
Right.
So I haven't really gone without a beard since I'm chubbier. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize your face becomes pudgy.
Yeah.
And a beard hides it very well.
Yep.
Plus, an amazing barber, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You must go to Jose then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
I do.
All right. You guys should come down to Nerdy's and check out some haircuts, man. We got Caleb and Josh and Jose, and there were some really good barbers. You guys ought to come check them out if you haven't.
Don't be intimidated by Caleb. He is 6'5" or 15, but he's a gentle giant.
Yeah, and those are two different measurements.
They look accurate when you stand next to them.
Yeah.
Have you ever just looked at him like? Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm only 5'8", 5'7", and I'm looking up at the guy, and he's young.
What is he? 22, 23?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't understand. It must be so nice being tall.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
You know, getting all the women.
Yep.
Just you walk in a place and people just make a way for you. When you're short, you have to go like this.
Yeah, you got to, hope for somebody bow-legged you can walk under. You know what I mean?
But yeah, so I guess there was some sort of famous person at the fight who was.
Oh yeah, there was Julian Lane was there.
Lane, yeah.
Julian Let Me Bang Lane. Yeah.
Yep, from Ultimate Fighter.
Yep. Yeah, he was there. I think he goes to a lot of those guys' fights because he's from Canton or Cincinnati or something.
Okay.
So he's from Ohio and he fights out of Ohio and
absolutely.
Yeah, so
he just fought Andrew Law.
Did he?
Yeah. who was telling me? Jose was telling me.
Uh-huh.
I guess in the last Cage Thunder event, he fought Andrew Law.
Got you. I
Mhm.
bet. Did he win?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he won. Yeah.
Beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah, he's always been a good fighter. Like
Right.
I've always been a fan of Julian Lane's. Like
Absolutely. I don't know him that well. First time I've actually, like, I guess he fought Mike Perry.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I think so. I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but yeah, he's had a lot of fights. I know he's done some of that slap fighting. I know I've seen him do, and dude, he just seems like a big tough guy. And, you know, and he was there walking around, but you know he had his family within his cage, which was really cool to see. And yeah, just seemed like a really cool guy. And just it was a really neat event. A lot of the other fighters were really cool, like Darnell.
Yeah. Darnell was there.
And
he was walking around.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him?
I didn't get to talk to him at the fights. I got to talk to a couple of his other buddies and stuff.
Did KO come up?
There was a big giant guy with dreadlocks that I was talking to.
Very, very friendly face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's KO.
Yeah.
Did he have glasses on?
I don't think so. He had like his head was shaved and he had dreads, like long hair on top of dreads.
KO. Huge dude.
Huge dude.
Like,
oh yeah, beast of a man. Yeah, for sure.
Probably like 6'2", but just built like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. So that's KO.
Yeah, that's KO Butler.
Yeah, I don't think I've met him before them fights, but that was really neat to meet him. He was a really nice dude. He talked about his business and everything. Yeah. It was a really great experience. I mean, everybody that came out and supported the fights and showed up was really cool, you know.
Yeah.
And
I think we're having KO. Supposedly KO is coming back on the podcast.
That'd be cool.
To do, I think him and Lucas are going to do a podcast.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'd like to see if I can throw Darnell into it too.
Oh, he'd be down. Yeah.
Yep. Darnell, we love Darnell.
Yeah, we do, man. It's unfortunate he lost his fight, but he was right there with the guy.
Yep.
You know,
it's like his post said, one slip up.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, but that's, when you get into the high skill level that he fights at, that kind of happens, you know. But it's just because he's such at a high skill level that's where it's at, you know.
He's a very good fighter at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not can't take anything away from him for a loss, because that's what fighting is about. One person wins, one person loses, and you'd rather not have it go to the judges either way. Yeah. So
there was not one fight went full distance.
No, I think one went in the second round. Yeah,
that was Chris. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name. Chris, and not sure the other guys. Chris ended up winning, I think, TKO.
Yeah, I think something.
There were a lot of TKOs and submissions.
Yeah, a lot of quick rounds. I mean,
and we had Josh Sayers go out, beat the dog breaks off the guy.
He did. Him and Brent. And Brent just pummeled their opponents, man.
Absolutely. And then we had Addison.
Addison won. He did excellent too. How did he win? Would he?
I don't
TKO
remember.
Or was it submission?
I think it was submission.
Submission?
Yeah. Oh, I tried to tell you guys we don't sponsor losers, so I mean, we were sponsoring Addison. I told you he's gonna win. You guys doubted me.
I forgot the shirt.
Yeah,
I forgot the shirt to hang up.
So when Addison was on the podcast, I was telling them that we only sponsor winners.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is what I'm going back to. I'm reminding them.
Right.
That I told them. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Don't bet against the guy that's wearing the local on his shirt. It was a lot of fun. Oh, a lot of people showed up. Do we know how many people showed up?
I don't know exactly, but I want to say there had to be at least 1,000 people.
At least.
There was at least 1,000 to 1,200 people, maybe 15.
Whenever I went out to smoke a cigarette, it seemed like probably 15,000 people.
Yeah, 15,000 people.
Well,
or 1,500 people.
It was a lot of people.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah, and it was like fun. A small smoking area. It's almost like they didn't want us to smoke.
Yeah. People don't want you to do that much anymore, Jacob. You know?
Yeah. Maybe I should quit.
Yeah, you should. It stinks.
Yeah. It does. But it's so much fun. It's not fun. To all you young people listening, it's a horrible habit.
One thing I'll say about the cigarettes, though, is I smoked cigarettes for a long time. And when I recently quit smoking them, like, altogether. I do my vape pens and vape stuff now. So it's been maybe like a year or so since I've smoked cigarettes, like, on a basis, right? So now when I'm like riding around in a truck with somebody and they light up a cigarette, it almost makes me sick anymore.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, and I had to apologize to a lot of people. I said, hey, and I'll do it right now. Anybody who has ever been stuck in a work truck or a car or a small crawl space or a tight thing or anywhere, and you didn't smoke, and I was lighting up a cigarette, I apologize because they used to complain how nasty it was, and you guys are right. It is gross, and I'm sorry.
But, I don't care.
And like how I would come inside from outside having a cigarette
and just today when I was over at the Chinese place getting food, a guy had stepped outside for a cigarette and walked back in. I was like,
oh yeah, you can smell it.
Yeah.
It's
like, do I really need to quit? And I just bought a new truck, so I should quit.
Yeah, because once it gets in that vehicle, it stinks. It
does. Yep.
So but you gotta, if you're smoking, think about quitting, because everybody around you that doesn't smoke is gonna be appreciative of you, and how anybody's put up with it with me around. Hey, I God bless you, man. I really appreciate you for sticking it, for not being as hard on me for real, because that.
You are a true friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, you made shirts at the show. You guys sold quite a few.
Yeah. I mean, we made me and my brothers. We come in here, and I'd been working on prints and stuff all week for all the local fighters, and Jose had the idea, hey, maybe just make them at the show, and he got me in there, and he got let me set up. Those guys let me set up, the Cage Thunder guys. And then let me set up a couple presses. My brothers came and helped press. I was kind of trying to take orders to keep track, but man, it got so crazy. I couldn't even hardly keep track anymore. I had to wait till the end of the night and try to count my prints and count my shirts and all this, because it was just person after person after person. It was great.
It was. I came up to the stand where you guys were making them. I was like, man, there's a line here.
Yeah.
Like, I need to skedaddle.
Yeah, there was a line around the table. It was super cool.
And I got to talk to Danny, your brother. Yeah. Really excited about that. He committed to coming onto the podcast.
Yep, we'll get him on here sooner or later, because he wants to do it, and we want to have him on, and he's got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Really funny guy. It's gonna be a really good episode. Oh, yeah. We'll make sure of it.
And from what I hear, Ben will be doing that podcast, so you guys stay tuned. Two brothers.
Yeah.
Who wants to bet that they fight?
Hey, let us know how much you bet, and we'll see.
Yeah. Let me know which way. If more people are leaning on they don't fight, I'll definitely make it happen. So, you know.
Whichever works out.
Yeah, just make it work out.
We'll rig it in our favor either way, but just bet.
At I don't know what, brothersfighting.com.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Brotherlylove.com.
I like that.
Or no, that's gonna take you somewhere else, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
No, don't Google
don't
that.
Google that.
Unless you're over 18. Ben's Googling what is my wife's
R&D,
name.
man. R&D,
Yeah. Oh, so, I mean, I don't know, like, local news, I guess the marijuana law got passed.
From what I've heard.
People were telling me.
Yep.
Do you have any feelings about that?
I don't really necessarily know. I don't know much about it. I know that it barely passed, right?
Yes.
I think it was like 50 something to 50 something, so it barely passed. I don't think Holmes County helped it at all, from what I've heard. I don't think
so. No.
I don't think you guys.
At least not according to my Facebook page. Holmes County didn't help.
So I'm sure there's other counties that didn't help, and that ties back into the other vote that everybody was talking about, kind of like a year or so ago, where.
Issue 1?
No, there was something about how the counties had different electoral votes.
Wasn't Danny telling us about that?
Yeah. He knows about all that stuff, but I think it ties back into that, how it passed, because the percentages were so close. Gotcha. Because a lot of the counties that passed real big were like, bigger counties with more people in them and stuff, like more populated.
Get more electoral votes?
It's something like that.
Okay.
Like they were trying to give the country counties more.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Right.
Did that bill get passed?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
Because all of a sudden people quit talking about it.
Yeah, it was just like it got voted on. I think it went one way or the other, and it was like, okay, well, whatever.
From what I understand, like at least from what one of my friends was telling me on the marijuana bill, December 31st is when it's supposed to go into effect.
Something like
in
that.
In whatever way, shape, or form that's going to be.
Yeah, I know that it's been on the ballot before, and I know that people have passed it down before, and there was a lot of different reasons why, and I'm not sure exactly what else is in that everybody just passed. Everybody seems like everybody just jumped on the idea of like, oh yeah, we're going to legalize this, and then because they attach other stuff to those bills,
right.
different laws, different budgets, different this, different that. I never stopped to look at it, and I don't know if very many people did.
Right.
It's just everybody, because I think because it was going at the same time at issue 1 was everybody was more like fighting over what that issue was about.
And issue 1 was, what was that? Issue 1 was what we were talking about a moment ago, right?
No, issue 1 was about the abortion and stuff like that.
Which way did that go? Do you know?
Yeah, it passed.
Passed.
Yeah, it passed. Yeah.
And that was abortions. 6 weeks?
I don't really know.
I just know it had something to do with abortions.
Yeah, I don't really know. See, because for me, to be honest, I as a guy, for me, I don't really feel like I need to worry about it. Like,
right.
I don't think it's. I don't think I have an opinion on it. I definitely don't have like a moral stance on it. Yeah. Whether it's right or wrong, because everybody's circumstances are different in different walks of life. So
if it's pre heartbeat, I don't know that I have a. I don't know that I would have an opinion
it's a hard
on it.
deal,
If it's after heartbeat, I don't know. I have mixed feelings, I guess.
Right, I have mixed feelings too.
Because, and obviously, like I don't care. Like, I don't really care what other people do. From a personal aspect, I don't think I would be comfortable with after it as a heartbeat.
Right.
Just like just my personal opinion.
And there's nothing wrong with anybody having that opinion.
Right.
That's all. That's just your opinion. And that's fine to have. And but somebody else might have one. They're like, oh, I don't care, this and that, which is fine too.
Yeah,
you can have whatever opinion you want, but we don't. People need to like not be so mean about it. Like,
right.
I've seen some people say some really nasty stuff to people, like going both ways, and I'm like, that's just unnecessary.
It truly is.
Some people who were for it, said some really gross stuff and posted some really gross stuff. And then some people who were against it also said some really mean and nasty stuff and posted some gross stuff. And it's like, I just feel like that's a thing that women should have to decide on.
Right.
Like, no man's ever going to have to go get one. Why? What does it matter to you? Just be, I understand, some people have a moral obligation or opinion in one way or the other, but that's something that you and your partner have to talk about.
Hey everyone, we are so proud to announce that we are partnered with BTP Repair Needs, car repos, collections, hospital bills, negative accounts. Contact them at BTP Consulting. Use the promo code THELOCAL. The one thing that what I would like to see, like, going to all of what you said as far as like the women having the majority, like the say so in that.
Yeah.
I would like for the laws to change as far as if the guy doesn't want to keep the baby, to where he doesn't have to pay child support. I think there's a valid argument for something in that nature to be done too.
I mean, I'm sure. To a certain
degree.
Like if it's an amicable thing where it's like both of the parties decided, like, listen, we think it's best to not have you in the life or whatever, vice versa, and if it's all, that's up to, I think, every individual party to come up with that.
But I think there should be leeway in the court system. If that's the way it's going to be, then there also needs to be the opposite argument of, you have the baby, I don't care, but like this is not, especially if let's say you're in a committed relationship, for example.
Right.
And me and my wife are in a committed relationship, we're pregnant, I don't want to keep the baby.
Yeah.
She wants to keep the baby. Shouldn't there be a leeway?
I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say because you're in a committed relationship, but at the end of the day, she's the one that's got to make the final decision because they have to go inside her to do it.
Right.
And if they decide, hey, I want to keep the baby, and they decide to keep the baby, then it's up to you. Then what you decide,
Mm-hmm.
because they understand that you didn't want it, but they decided to keep it. So now you got to decide what you want to do,
Because
and
the way the current laws are set up, I would have to pay child support either way.
right,
Whether I'm in the life of it completely. But just like I understand either side. That's just my little thing. If equality is something that everybody is pushing, I think it should be across the board.
yeah,
It's just again personal opinion.
yeah,
I'm not a politician. I don't know
right.
anything about most of these things. It's just me
Yeah,
rambling.
talking. Yeah, I don't know anything about specific laws or anything like that.
Same.
Don't take any of this as like real advice,
No.
people. We're just talking here.
Absolutely.
We're just throwing stuff out there. But like, I feel like, in my personal moral opinion, is like, if you're gonna make a baby, you as a man, for me, you got to try to, like, take care of your baby.
Yeah.
If the mom doesn't want you around, and her family don't want you around, and the kid don't want you around, and the courts are still making you pay child support, I think that's something that you could fight, because you're not even being allowed to be around the kid.
I have a friend who's in that situation, and I struggle to see where that's right.
Right. Yeah. There's got to be some leeway, right? You
Right.
said, because if they're not being allowed to see the kid or raise the kid or be part of the kid's life, then that's not fair.
Right, and that's where the equality needs to come in, where equal rights and equal lefts.
Mm-hmm.
I was kidding. I didn't. That was just the form. I obviously don't think that at all, but just I think, but still from that aspect, like if they're not letting you see, like if Anne told me tomorrow morning you're not allowed to be in the kid's life, her parents say you're not allowed to be in the kid's life, da 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 da. It's kind of messed up of her to then expect child support.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless I did something horrible.
Unless you did something horrible, but
just in an instance of I go and sleep with somebody else. It's still a horrible thing to do, but that's not morally it's wrong, yes, but not detrimental to. I didn't hurt somebody.
Right.
I didn't abuse somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that, I don't know.
I mean, you should still be allowed to see your kid. Yeah,
I should be. Or maybe it's as simple as restructuring the law to where one parent can't make the other parent stay away unless it's proven that they are a pedophile.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of crazy circumstances out there, man.
Right.
And
or abusive.
The laws are crazy when it comes to because there's a lot of gray areas. There's a lot of different ways people live, and it really should go on a case-by-case basis, the way the laws work. And it's really tough, man. There's a lot of people out there in some bad situations, man. And you guys got it. Some of you people just got to do better, man. Like,
I agree.
Like, I don't understand the way some people think when it comes to their family situations and stuff. It can be really tough on the kids.
You have to at least try.
Yeah,
you have to try.
You got to try,
and to you dads that do try and it's not receptive. I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
I sincerely do.
Yeah.
It's a tough boat. But to you dads out there that don't try at all, I'm sorry, you got to do better.
Yeah. There's
no excuse because I'm not the best dad in the world. I know that. I do my best to be there as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But I try. There's a lot of days where it'd be a lot more convenient to not. I'm sure same way for you. It'd be a lot more convenient some days to not be around the family.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Right.
I was happy creating the baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and sometimes people you can get into that train of thought where it's like, oh, I'd be here or I'd be there or I'd be doing this or I'd be doing that, but reality you don't know.
Absolutely.
What you'd be doing or where you'd be. I believe I would not be where I'm at today.
No.
I believe that I would be somewhere that's probably not as good, to be honest. And some people, because I'm realistic with how I think and how my life has gone, and I'm thinking, there was a real turning point in my life, becoming a dad and all that stuff, and I made the right decisions to pivot and do this and do that, and that's brought me to where I'm at today. Being I try to be the kind of person that my kids can look up to and emulate. I have my flaws and I make my mistakes, But I think at the end of the day, they know that it's only because I'm trying and I love
Right.
them, right? So at the end of the day, as long as you're trying and you show that every all your efforts are going to try to better their
Mm-hmm.
situation and all that stuff, they're a little bit more lenient when you
Mm-hmm.
make mistakes and get mad and
Right.
yell and do this stuff.
I think
So
the tough part for me is my son is 13 month old. He
mhm,
doesn't understand the concept of I have to go to work yet.
right,
He just understands that when he gets up in the morning, dad is not there, and when he goes to bed in the evening, dad is not there.
yeah,
So I think that's what makes it hard for me is because I can't sit down with him and have a conversation
mm-hmm,
of, it's not that daddy isn't trying to be here. Daddy wants to be here at all times,
yeah.
but you know, I there's stuff that has to be done.
Then yeah, and that's a tough thing about, and that's really what makes it hard about being a dad and trying to have businesses and trying to do podcasts and trying to
Right.
do this and that. Is like we're the only ones that we can count on to
Mm-hmm.
make stuff happen. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like if I didn't come here and work till midnight every night all week last week and 2 o'clock on Saturday
Yep.
morning, printing all these stuffs out, and then the shirt thing at the fight wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
Because I wanted to do it so bad. I wanted to
Yes.
be a part of it. It was an honor, and I was like, okay, well, if I don't do this way, I'm gonna let
Mm-hmm.
everybody down. I'm gonna
Yep.
let all the time that I spent away from home, all the time that I spent away from the kids and everything,
Yep.
it's gonna be for nothing if I
Mm-hmm.
don't make this happen.
Right.
You know, and I think that's the battle, is because we want to be home because we want them to see that,
Mm-hmm.
but then we have to go and do that if we want it done so that they can reap the benefits
Right.
and stuff like that you're trying to get for them. And a
I,
lot of times they understand, but for them it's different because they're
right.
not thinking in a sense of like that. They're thinking of, oh, I just miss my dad or whatever,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah.
But
But I mean,
as they get older, they'll
I'm sure absolutely. Oh, and I like being a dad.
oh yeah, I love it. It's the best thing that
Yep.
can ever happen to you,
Right.
if in the right circumstances, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean. You've got a good partner, you've got good kids.
Yep.
There's circumstances where people are they don't have good partners,
Right.
and their kids end up being troublemakers, and
Yep.
so at the end of the day, you just got to be happy and grateful that your kids, if they come out healthy, if they come out
Mm-hmm.
happy, if they you know if they're having a good life at school,
Right.
are they you just got to be happy that they're like that and
Mm-hmm.
not any other way.
Because there's a lot of different ways that kids can be.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, there's a lot of different ways it can, there's and I don't understand for the life of me how kids get cancer, man. I don't.
It does make sense. I don't understand how anybody. I don't understand why anybody gets cancer. To me,
Yeah,
that's the most unfair and the stupidest thing ever.
yeah, fuck cancer, man.
I agree, a
You
hundred
know,
percent. Oh,
it's like yeah, but just especially kids with cancer, I feel like you should have to live some sort of lifetime to and do some crazy shit to accumulate cancer. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't understand how a kid can get cancer and I haven't gotten
Yep.
it. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
The
I'm
harder thing for me is like even seeing a grown adult that I know is a good person, and they have cancer and they're dying,
and they
and
never did nothing.
yeah, or they might have done stuff in the past and now they turned around and are doing better, helping everybody around them, and now they lay there with cancer.
Yeah, just get knocked down.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Nope.
But I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not really able to cure it.
Yeah.
You know.
All you can do is just try to be supportive. You can't, whatever way you can, whether it be, monetary, or if they need you to run stuff around, if they need you to help clean up the house or whatever it may be, if you're
Or
there and you can, you should.
and just be a friend to them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, like when Ricky was having cancer, that was his biggest thing.
hmm
Just be a friend.
Yeah, it's a really tough thing,
Yeah.
man, and it's hard for the people around you if you have, if you're in that situation. It's really hard for the people around you too, because they're watching their loved one
Yep.
kind of, you know, go through with this thing. You know what I
And
mean?
I've seen to where people, like, once the cancer becomes terminal, people kind of detach themselves so that I guess, to help with the pain of them knowing they're dying.
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah,
You know, it's tough. But if I had cancer, I want, you know, people that were close to me before I had cancer to continue coming around.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's the least we can do for those people.
Yeah.
If we can't do anything else, the least we can do is show up and be friends.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters. That's what that's what you're going to think about when you're laying there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, who was there with you, who was being your friend, who was.
Yep.
And at the same time, me being a kind of a prideful guy, I wouldn't want. It would be hard for me to have my people see me in such if I was in a frail state, you know, in a weakened state, I would want them to remember me as a
strong,
as a big, strong, tough dude,
yeah.
you know, and they do, you know, that's what they remember most. They don't, you know, when my grandma was sick and stuff, I don't really remember her much the way when she was sick. I remember before that, you know.
Right, like if I think of Ricky, I mean, obviously I think of him having cancer, but the first thing that pops to mind is the very first time I met him at the gym, where he is being aggressive and, you know, he can still do more push-ups than anybody else can. He has a better six-pack than Lucas does.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I remember immediately of him.
Yeah.
So, no, this life definitely isn't easy. Which, that goes back to the topic of kids having cancer. I struggle with that.
No.
You know, a child dying young. Sometimes I think, you know what? It really isn't that horrible.
Right. So, you know,
but there's a two-way street.
Depending on the outlook, your outlook on the world itself, you know.
It obviously depends on if it's in the morning, I'm definitely like.
If it's in the morning.
But then if it's evening, I'm like, man, that sucks.
You know, it's yeah. That's funny.
But no kid should have. No kid deserves to have cancer.
No.
Not
absolutely not. That's the craziest thing. And any kind of just crazy disease like that, man. I've seen a lot of kids messed up.
And I would assume most people would agree. It'd be better to die in a car accident.
Maybe, probably, yeah.
Well, but
probably.
Also it goes back to getting to say goodbye to all of your friends and family.
Right. You know, you wouldn't have that. It would be more sudden. So, I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't matter to you anymore, really. But your people would suffer probably a little more.
Yeah, that's like if I don't want my friends to have I want to be able to say goodbye to my friends.
Yeah. That's the ideal way.
Yeah.
You know.
But for their sake, I don't want there to be a goodbye.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Anyhow, this has been very
weird turn on that. It started out kind of funny, but then you know we got all deep and stuff. People, sorry. Hope
it's because of all my new muscles. That's
all the new muscles. He's flexing on them.
Because the new shirt just does that to me.
Excellent.
But yeah, I mean, have you been watching any new TV shows? I know your brother Danny's gonna appreciate that question.
I have not been watching any new TV shows. No, I've been watching old ones. I've been watching. Actually, I watch one. I put it on just when I go to sleep. I have to have something go in my ear when I'm going to sleep. But it's Skinwalker Ranch on Netflix.
Okay.
So it's about Skinwalker Ranch. You know what I mean? And the Uintah Basin.
No idea.
Oh man. I'd like to explain it, but I don't know if I know enough to explain it.
Absolutely, let's bypass it. Have you ever watched Friends?
Yeah, I think.
Did you know that Chandler died?
Yep.
Yep. Very sad.
Very sad. Very sad. Yeah, that's he was a favorite of everybody's basically. I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Died of what was it? Addicted. He was alcoholic, right?
Yeah. He's had a drug and alcohol problem most of his life.
Yeah.
Did you know that while they were doing the show, he had an alcohol problem?
No, I didn't know that. That's crazy. It's like you can never tell on screen. That shows how good of an actor some of these people are. It's like you don't know. It's not coming through at all. I can't even hide it through my day to day, and they're right and do some stuff. You know,
if I have 2 beers, there I was like, chill, Jake.
Yeah, you know.
Come on now.
It's like, what in the world?
Yep, and here he is doing a whole TV show. Yeah.
Nobody's even knowing, man.
The good thing, I guess, he died next to a massive pool.
Oh, really?
In his mansion. Not, there's worse places to die. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, and it was his favorite spot.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know, I think that's big. Like, just.
It seemed like that's how he wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because I didn't personally know him.
No. I don't have any attachment other than that he's from Friends. Oh, I mean, he was a good actor. I loved a lot of his movies. You know, like when Fools Rush In was one of my favorite movies he did.
Right.
You know, seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
It was with Selma Hayek.
I think we're on two completely different. Friends is probably the only TV show that we've watched that the other person has watched as well.
Well, it's a movie.
Or
the same actor that we're talking about, he has a lot of other movies and stuff.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he didn't do just like Friends and stuff.
I thought he only did Friends.
No, he did other movies and stuff. He was in a lot of stuff.
Gotcha. And so he was an all-around, very, very good actor.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, like Fools Rush In was a great movie. He did it. It was with Selma Hayek, and you know who Selma Hayek is?
I don't know.
She's a Mexican American actress from like the early 90s and 2000s and stuff. And so the premise of the movie is he goes somewhere, and I think to Mexico or Nevada or something. They were on the Hoover Dam, right? And he hooks up with this chick, and she gets pregnant, and he has to go back later because she found out he was pregnant, and trying to do the right thing, like we're talking about, getting married and stuff like that, and she's got Mexican family, he's got Catholic Protestant family, and it turned in chaos ensues, of course.
Obviously, yeah.
Great movie though.
Absolutely. Did you watch? I had them. Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Ranger. Not a lot, no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Is that one you watched? The movie?
I watch a lot of those. It's a TV show. I just know a lot of memes.
Mm-hmm.
A rattlesnake bit Walker one time and died 3 days later.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I know all about the Chuck Norris jokes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, that was such a. Like when you go back and you watch that show now, it's kind of cheesy, but those old shows are so cheesy.
I one of these days I'm going to like take a week off work from everywhere, and I'm going to sit down and rewatch all of my old favorite movies.
Yeah.
The Ranch, Walker, Texas Ranger, Louis L'Amour's, all those. I'm just going to sit down and just watch all of them.
Are those like all westerns or all? I got you.
Yeah.
So did you watch a lot of Clint Eastwood growing up, or not growing up?
I watched a Clint Eastwood movie. There's a movie called Clint Eastwood, I believe, where he just has a badass mustache and it's just a badass self in the 1930s.
Right.
Right around when the automobiles started coming out.
Gotcha.
So there's scenes of him jumping over the automobiles, roping them. Just normal Clint Eastwood stuff.
Yeah, normal Clint Eastwood stuff. Yeah.
And I thought it was the best movie ever. The Ranch. You've never watched The Ranch? It's it's Clint Eastwood as well. He has two sons. One of them is a drunk rooster, and the other one is just an idiotic football player.
Gotcha.
And
The Ranch.
Yeah, The Ranch
On Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
TV show.
Yep.
That's with Ashton Kutcher you're talking about.
Yes.
That's not Clint Eastwood.
That's not Clint Eastwood.
That's not Clint Eastwood.
Who is that?
The guy?
Yeah.
The dad?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not Clint Eastwood.
Who is it?
It's not. It's Sam something. It's the guy, he says, well, what do you...
He's in Family Guy as well, where he makes a voicemail for Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah. Yes.
Sam Elliott.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I knew the entire time it wasn't Clint Eastwood, but I just didn't make
You just kept going.
Yeah, they look very similar.
They do.
Both have badass mustaches.
Yeah.
If I could have achieved that mustache, there isn't a whole lot else you'd have to achieve in life.
No.
Just
pretty good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you'd be all set. Like if I can curl
you could do it.
Yeah.
I don't have a good mustache.
No, I don't. I try to keep it trimmed. I've been slacking on the trim.
Well, I mean, it's like as far as it being full, I have a very skimpy mustache.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Skimpy, like
thin. Yeah. It'll grow out, but then as it comes down here, it'll just fade into pretty much nothing.
Is that from generations
of shaving it off?
Of the Amish people just like shaving their mustache off?
Oh, and also hair, supposedly. was talking to a doctor who said, "Oh, going bald is a generational thing of haircuts. If you do generationally have your hair a certain way,
really,
like work ethic can be bred into you, or like working can be bred into you, or like family traditions can all be a part of a generational thing.
Right.
Someone psychologically from one generation to the next.
Oh.
And floor tops in the Amish culture I come from aren't that
Four tops.
Like right here.
Gotcha.
Isn't nobody really has, like, nobody cares about it. You know, so I don't know. That's what I'm going with. That's my excuse for being bald.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it works.
It works. That's fine.
But yeah, the beard. Well, my brother can grow a beard to save his life.
He can't.
Hardly. Yeah. That's what he gets for being tall, I guess.
Yeah, well, see, he got the good looks and the height. He don't need a beard. He don't need one.
He got married.
Yep, he did.
And we didn't do a show since he got married. No,
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I just talked to him about that too. Congratulations, Harvey.
Absolutely, congratulations,
Barbara.
Harvey. Barbara still don't like you, but congratulations. I do like you. You're the best sister-in-law I have. Also, the only one. No, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
He seems to be enjoying it a lot.
Good.
You know, I think he'll make a very good family man.
Yeah, he seems like he would.
Yeah.
For sure. Are they planning on making a family? They plan on having kids and such?
I don't know.
Not right now.
I don't spend enough time at home, so.
See where it goes, huh?
Yeah. I assume one night something happens and hey.
Probably. That's how it usually happens. You know what I mean? It's magic, right? You know?
Because I used to think you plan for kids.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's just like a spur of the moment thing.
Well, most responsible people do plan for kids.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, it's just like.
I wish I had though.
You know what?
I wish I had.
This does seem like a decent time.
Yeah.
So, but we covered the fights. You're doing shirts. Are you coming up with any new shirt brands and stuff?
Oh, yes. So I might as well plug some of that stuff.
Absolutely. I'm going to drink water while you do that.
All right, go ahead. So me and a buddy are partnering up on this brand. He's a veteran. And we're working on a patriotic brand that he has come up with called the Boston Harbor Tea Company. It's a patriotic brand. He's just coming out. We've got some prototypes. I have some hats and stuff. You guys probably have seen the hats, and he's making the stickers and he's making hats, and shirts are available. You just have to DM the Boston Harbor Tea Company Instagram to get details. I believe if you go to the page, I think he has a shop up with some hats and stuff. But just DM the page. It's boston.harbor.tea.company on Instagram.
Like it.
Right there. Like, follow, send him a DM. If you want some different looks at what the shirts and logos might look like. I'm wearing a shirt right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It says, I wish that I had Jody's girl. Boston Harbor Tea Company. All the veterans will get that and think that's funny. But yeah, so it's gonna have stuff like this. It's just a real patriotic brand, just kind of picking fun of it, you know. So, and then also, you know, I'll have my shirts. I'll make a post later about some stuff that I'm gonna come up with, some designs and stuff, and have some shirts for sale coming up. It'll have my Blue Dog Cloco logo on it. There'll be some other shirts that I'll come up with just to, you know, see what you guys want to get and like and stuff.
Absolutely. And then I think if you go back I believe it's 2 videos or 2 or 3 podcasts ago, I was wearing one of your Boston Harbor hats.
Yes.
So if you guys want an idea of what the hats can look like. Yeah,
there's 2 different kinds. There's like a gray olive drab kind with our Tricross logo, and then the other one has like our flagship logo. It says Boston Harbor Tea Company. It's got a circle of stars. But like I said, you know, go back and check out the other podcasts. I'm wearing one. He's wearing one.
And I'm sure we'll continue. I'm sure there'll be collaboration in between the brands as we go forward.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something. So But keep a lookout for that for the Boston Harbor Tea Company. Go follow Blue Dog Cloco on Instagram. That's me. Follow the local, on YouTube, Facebook,
That's Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok. So just go check us out, and all those different things. Follow Nerdies,
Yeah.
like all that stuff.
Follow Cage Thunder.
Yep, Cage Thunder, all that cool stuff, man. Keep following us because we're just gonna get involved in more and more stuff as we go, people. So keep an eye out. If you want to collaborate on something, go ahead, hit us up. You can message us on YouTube or all the appropriate outlets.
Facebook has the local email.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
If you guys have actual stuff that you want to do, if you want us on your podcast, if you want to come on our podcast, be sure to send an email to the link in our Facebook. And
that's pretty much it. I mean, we got a lot to offer here as far as like with the shirts and comics and games and stuff. So if you want to collaborate on something, you want to have something sitting next to Reggie on here or next to
old boxer. His name is Sugar Ray.
I don't think that's who that is. I don't think that's who that is. That's the new name for it. But anyhow, man, that's great. Yeah. But yeah, let us know what's up. We're gonna have some other guests on here. We're just gonna keep going. Yeah.
And I think we're gonna start posting more of or I'm gonna start actually posting on our Facebook today in today stuff like what I'm doing as I go about my day.
I think it's a good idea.
Absolutely. So
keep people up to date with what's going on. And, yeah, because we want to keep you guys updated. We want to keep you guys informed and posted. And like I said, keep following us and supporting us.
Absolutely. And we appreciate those of you who have been doing that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much. We've got recurring viewers for sure. We've got people who come in, they get a haircut, they buy a T-shirt, they get a comic, they do. I mean, you guys have been great, absolutely great. We love it.
We couldn't ask for a better audience than we have.
No, you guys are awesome.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys, thank you. That'll do it for the day. I'll go out, do something nice, or don't, But either way, I would recommend being nice. Tomorrow morning, the sun will come up, and we'll all go to work. Alright, guys, we're out.
See ya.